Joining us live in the studio this morning, one of our favorite people of all time, Julie Baum, is with us. Julie, the Director of Support Relations with Align Life Ministries. Good morning, Julie.
Good morning. Good morning, Fred. Morning, everybody.
It's always a blessing to have you here. Anybody want to say hi to?
Hey, good morning, Tom. Good morning, Caroline. They are both hard at work. And hello, everybody from Align and the Align family who might be listening.
And Align Life celebrating 40 years.
Can you believe it?
Congratulations. You guys have been around as long as we have.
I know. We've grown up together. It's so great. Yep,
tell us what you do with Align Life and what you guys are doing in the community.
Yeah, glad to. So Align, you can tell by our name, our reason for being here is that we align with God to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ and to champion the sacredness of human life. And we do that through three main areas of ministry. The biggest area is our pregnancy services ministry, and you might know that by our name, Align Pregnancy Services. We have locations in Columbia, Ephrata, Lancaster, and Lebanon, and that's where we serve young pregnant moms, and the dads.
There you go.
And we have pregnancy tests, free ultrasounds. We have parenting classes. We have free baby supplies, and we also do an abortion recovery ministry through that arm of our services. Then we have equipping resources, where we equip the church with things that God has taught us, and strategic partnerships, where we partner with other life-affirming ministries across the state of Pennsylvania, all the way to around the world.
And one of the things I always love when you come, Julie, is you always bring great stories about how God has worked through Align Life. Do you have one you could share with us this morning?
I do. I just love this story. So our theme this year for Sanctity of Human Life Sunday, which actually is this weekend, is to all generations. And it's just how the Lord has been working through Align to impact generations, and just his heart, of course, for the generations. And there was a young mom and dad who came in for parenting classes. They had a 6-year-old daughter and a little baby, and the baby was asleep in the car seat on the floor, and the little girl was coloring over in the corner, and they're doing their lesson. And at the end of the lesson, we have a time where we do a spiritual application. So we were talking to the mom and dad about the love of Jesus for them and how they can trust him. They were facing some problems, and they can trust him with their problems. And at the end of that time, surprise to us, the little girl got up, and she had been listening the whole time, and she went and crawled up on her mom's lap, and she whispered something to her mom, and she said, "I want this friend, Jesus." And we prayed the prayer of salvation with her that day, and she became a little believer that day. And a few weeks later, her parents came back and they accepted the Lord also. Wow. And so the little girl, the younger generation, God used her to speak to the older generation. It was just awesome, and we love when that happens.
I love that. I see you have a baby bottle with you.
I do.
Tell us about Baby Bottle Boomerang for those who don't know.
Yeah, so Baby Bottle Boomerang is a fundraiser that the Lord has given us just to raise funds so that we can provide the services that we do for pregnant and parenting and abortion recovery clients free of charge. And so we have these little plastic bottles that are actually also like piggy banks. And the boomerang idea is we send them to churches. Churches send them out to their congregations. You can put coins or dollar bills or a check inside, and then you boomerang it back to your church. We get them, all the bottles, back from the church, and it's an amazing way that Align can raise funds. And it's a really neat visual reminder, too, of just the sacredness of life. It's a neat way to talk to children about the sacredness of life. It's a good thing to just keep out on your desk as a reminder of how precious you are, how unique and irreplaceable and unrepeated you are, and that you are made in the image of God by his hand with his heart for you.
If somebody wants a Baby Bottle Boomerang, or if they want some resources for Sanctity of Life Sunday, or want to find out how they could support you or volunteer with you or anything, best place to go is online.
Yes, sir. Our website is alignlifeministries.org, and you'll find information. You can order baby bottles. You can do virtual baby bottles and just fill a bottle online. We have all kinds of Sanctity of Human Life Sunday resources. There's blog posts there. There's bulletin inserts. There's social media graphics you can share. So please check it out. We would love to share those things with you.
AlignLifeMinistries.org is the place. We'll talk more with Julie coming up. Our friend Julie Baum hanging out with us. Julie's been around long enough, 30 years at Align Life, that she remembers the DC Talk version. But she's looking forward to hearing the Josiah Queen version live at WJTL Fest.
I absolutely am. I can't wait. You
Yeah,
guys, I'm so glad that you're having it. Thank you.
We're excited to have you there too. So today we're talking about Align Life Ministries. You're the Director of Support Relations there. Tell us about Align Life and what you're doing in the community.
Sure. So at Align, we align with God to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ and the sacredness of human life. And they really go hand in hand. We could talk for hours about that. So just think about that if you need something to think about today. But we provide pregnancy service ministry. So we have Align Pregnancy Services centers, one in Ephrata, Lancaster, Columbia, and Lebanon. We also do strategic partnerships to advance the gospel and the sacredness of life ethic across the state of Pennsylvania, throughout the nation and around the world. And then we have equipping resources where we put into print things that God's been teaching us so that other people can learn from them as well. Like our president, Lisa, has written a book, and we've got some other tools in the works. So we're super excited about that. But most people know us through our pregnancy services ministry. And there we provide free of charge pregnancy tests for people who are facing an unplanned or an unsupported pregnancy. We have options education. We have limited obstetric ultrasounds, baby supplies, parenting classes, prenatal classes, all the things just to help people see the gift of life that they have and hopefully choose life for their little ones. And we love sharing the gospel. That is really why we do what we do. To have true life, you really need Jesus, and it's his gift to us. So we love sharing the gospel with our clients as well.
And one of the places people could get resources and put them to use is with Sanctity of Life Sunday. How are you guys part of that? What is the thrust this year? How can churches utilize what you do?
Oh, that's so nice. So we have resources for churches, for families to celebrate Sanctity of Human Life Sunday, which actually is this Sunday. It's the third Sunday of January usually, and that was a tradition established by Ronald Reagan back in 1984, just to give everyone a time to remember, we are made in the image of God and human life is sacred. And so we have a website, alignlifeministries.org, which has all kinds of resources. There's blog posts there. There are bulletin inserts if your church would like to download and use some. We have social media graphics. We've got videos, client testimony videos there if you'd like to watch and hear God's stories from directly from some of our clients. And we just love celebrating the sacredness of life ethic and Jesus, who gives us that.
Well, you talked about generations and how your theme this year is generations. You've been there 30 years. Align Life has been around 40 years. Tell us a little bit about, do you ever hear from some of those folks that you impacted in the early days?
We do, and that is such a gift. We actually just recently had a woman about my age come in, and she dropped off baby clothes, and she told us that back earlier in our time in the 80s, when she was in college, she and her boyfriend found out that they were unexpectedly going to have a baby, and she was scared. She had been raised in a Christian home, didn't really know where to turn, who to talk to, but she always remembered her mom saying, if you or any of your friends find out that you're pregnant, go to Align. We were called Susquehanna Valley Pregnancy Services back then. So go there. And she remembered that, and she came in, and we just talked with her and listened to her. And that was just the steadying and the reassurance that she needed. She and the boyfriend eventually got married. They had a beautiful little baby girl. That baby girl grew up, had a baby girl of their own.
Wow.
And the client was dropping off her granddaughter's clothes
for
as
you guys to
donations
use.
for us to use, which was really cool.
See, that's beautiful. That's got to work through generations.
That's exactly right.
I love that. If folks want to support you, Baby Bottle Boomerang is one way they can do it.
It is, and it's just such a fun way. We have these little bottles. They're hard plastic bottles that have our name on them, and you can take them home. The top, it's not actually a bottle that a baby could drink out of, but the top has a little slot, like a piggy bank, and you can put coins in there. You can put dollar bills in there or checks or whatever. You can get them at your church. You can call us if you'd like some for your group or your church or your organization. Fill it with cash or coins and then boomerang it back to us. And the Lord is just, he's been so kind. Last year, over $200,000 came back to us through baby bottles and countless new people for us to know, and people remembering the importance of the sacredness of life and that we need to be there for preborn babies and their parents.
Wow, love that. AlignLifeMinistries.org is the place where you can get the baby bottle boomerangs. You can find out about all the resources that are there for Human Life Sunday, Sanctity of Human Life Sunday. And I know you're not here to talk about the walk, move, run for life, but it's coming up in May already.
It is. It feels like it's just around the corner, but it's not technically. But yeah, it's Saturday, May 10th, friends. So like if you're gonna, somebody told me sign up for a 5K to keep you running throughout the year. So I've got one hopefully to do in March, and then the Align one.
Yeah.
So I'm running in the cold. So friends, please be with me in spirit, and let's all run and get ready for the Move for Life.
Yeah, you could plan for that already. AlignLifeMinistries.org is the place. Okay, great having you here. Julie, you love the Josiah Queen version of Jesus Freak. Tell us why.
Because of the banjo, honestly.
It's a good answer. It's a good answer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an iconic song, so it's kind of scary to make a remake of that, but he made it his own, right?
Yes, he did a good job. I just think it was very bold, and I think it came off very well.
Yeah. Here it is. Josiah Queen featuring Toby Mac. Jesus Freak, WJTL. Julie, have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.